This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Hello, I'm John Cullum, and this is my wife, Emily Franco.
And John is my husband, and we're going to do a post.
What are we going to talk about today,
Well,
Emily?
we're going to do a post for my blog,
Yes.
M's Talkery.
Oh,
You say your yes is very vigorous.
that's what I'm looking forward to what it is.
Well, actors have to earn a good living all the time, even when there is no play.
That's true.
And John has earned a wonderful living. If John hadn't earned a good living, we wouldn't have our house. We wouldn't have all the things that we have. We wouldn't have a Mac computer and 4 other computers. We wouldn't have... Gee, I mean, you made some good money as an actor.
Well, yeah.
But John also goes up for commercials. I would say in the course of the... Notice the expression on his face.
Yeah, so I thought I was very excited about this blog until I found it was about commercials.
Well, John Cullum has been to innumerable auditions for commercials.
And guess how many I've gotten? No, I've gotten one over 2 over the years. Big zeros. It's closer to 0 than 10, I can tell you that.
Well, when he was in Northern Exposure, he got 2 commercials, I think, for a local bank there.
Mobile Oil.
That wasn't the bank.
No, but I did one for the local bank.
Well, that was John playing Holling the bartender in the commercial, sort of.
That's right.
But when John goes up for major commercials, the big moneymaker commercials,
Yes.
0. When John goes up for the little cheapy commercials, small commercials,
0.
0. In fact, John Cullum is a 0 when it comes to commercials.
That's right.
Now, what's wrong with you, John?
Well, it's nothing wrong with me. I've always held that people who get the commercials are not very good actors.
Note the expression on his face. Note the expression on John's face. This is the deceitful expression.
That's right. I think that the people who get the commercials are usually con men. This, of course, is not true. It's just my protection for why I don't get commercials.
Why?
Well, I can never. The way I think of it is that I don't have a role to play. I can't sell this stuff as John Cullum. If I had a role, you remember what you used to tell me when I had to sit and take. I can't stand to make professional photographs because I get so
when John
uptight.
takes photographs, he just looks like a dunce.
Yes, and you used to say, "Well, quote Shakespeare to yourself or something."
Think of something. Be Hamlet.
Yeah, and that would work for me as long as I was playing a role. The photographs would turn out much better. And I think if I went in and played, they tell you what to play, but what they want you to do is be sincere. We don't want an announcer. We don't want
that's interesting.
We want something. That's what they always tell you. And what they really want is a person who sells it as if they're actually honest and really believe in the product. Well, it's very hard for me to believe in.
Sell air broadcasting.
This is AI.R broadcasting, and the reason why I can sell AI.R broadcasting is because Emily and I were AI.R.
We are AI.R.
Artists in Residence. When I moved in with Emily, there wasn't anybody living on this block. She was the only person living. Everything was the commercial and heavy industry was all was here. But
now go ahead. Let's hear you sell AI.R.
Well, AI.R were artists in residence. We were artists in residence. We didn't have any money to speak of, and we were constantly doing projects.
And I love the way you announce this is AI.R
on the blog.
John, I think that you just aren't ever going to get commercials.
Well, if somebody...
I think...
What?
Well, I don't know what I think.
What? Yes, of course I do.
I think your southern accent creeps in, and that it's like you start out kind of British.
Right.
And then it gets a little southern, and then suddenly very southern.
Well, the more nervous I get, the more like a hillbilly I get to talking like this here. That doesn't sell. That doesn't sell soap. Doesn't sell anything.
This here's the soap. You better love this soap, right? Right?
Right. It's even rubbed off on Emily. I think we better get out of here while
Okay,
the kitten is
let's
good.
go.
All
This
right.
is the end of this commercial about commercials.
Yes, and we enjoyed being with you, and we hope you buy our program.
Okay.
Come back and see us again next week. This is AI.R. See you next week.